Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something every single day for 30 days straight? Not a diet, not a gym membership you stopped using after week 2, just walking. 10,000 steps. That's roughly 5 miles. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot. But here's the thing most people don't realize. 10,000 steps is about 90 minutes of walking spread across your entire day. You're already walking. You're just not tracking it. And when you start tracking it, something extraordinary begins to happen inside your body. Something most people never get to see because nobody shows them the science. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens, day by day, inside your heart, your brain, your fat cells, your blood. Because this isn't just about losing weight. This is about what walking does to you on a biological level. And some of it is going to genuinely shock you. Day 1. You lace up, you head out, you hit your 10,000 steps. Nothing dramatic happens on the outside. But inside, your heart rate elevates, your muscles start pulling glycogen, stored sugar, out of your liver and your cells for fuel. And within 20 minutes of walking, your brain releases endorphins and serotonin, same chemicals triggered by antidepressants, for free, from walking. Your body also releases something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is basically a fertilizer for your neurons. Scientists at Harvard have called it miracle grow for the brain. That starts on day 1. Day 3, your joints are adjusting. You might feel mild soreness, especially in your calves and hips. That's inflammation, temporary and actually healthy. Your body repairing and strengthening the cartilage and connective tissue being used. Your resting heart rate is unchanged, but after each walk, your blood pressure drops by an average of 4 to 9 millimeters of mercury. That's a clinical number. That's the number doctors look for when they prescribe blood pressure medication. You're getting it from a walk. By day 5, your body has started to shift its fuel preference. In the first few days, your muscles were burning mostly glucose. Now, because you're doing sustained moderate intensity activity, your body is starting to tap into fat stores as a primary fuel source. This is called fat oxidation, and it's the exact mechanism behind every successful long-term weight loss story. Your mitochondria, the power plants inside your cells, are literally multiplying. More mitochondria means more calorie burning capacity even at rest. Day 7. 1 week down, and here's a number that should make you stop. Your resting heart rate has likely dropped by 1 to 2 beats per minute. That doesn't sound like much until you understand what it means. A lower resting heart rate means your heart is pumping more blood per beat. It's become more efficient. It's getting stronger. The American Heart Association says that for every beat per minute drop in resting heart rate, your risk of cardiovascular disease decreases by 2%. You did that in 7 days. Sleep is also changing by the end of week 1. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that moderate daily exercise like walking reduces the time it takes to fall asleep by 55%. Deep sleep, the kind where your body repairs itself, increases in duration. You wake up and you feel it. Something is different. You can't fully name it yet, but something shifted. Week 2 is where the metabolic changes become undeniable. By day 10, your insulin sensitivity has measurably improved. That means your body needs less insulin to process the same amount of sugar. For the hundreds of millions of Americans at risk for type 2 diabetes, this is not a small thing. The CDC says that regular walking can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes by 30%. You're 2 weeks away from meaningful protection. Your cholesterol is shifting. LDL, the bad kind, begins trending downward. HDL, the good kind, begins trending upward. This is not a diet change. You haven't touched your eating habits in this scenario. This is walking, doing what medicine sometimes struggles to do. By day 14, your leg muscles, your glutes, hamstrings, quads, and calves, have adapted to the point where the same 10,000 steps now require measurably less effort than they did on day 1. Your cardiovascular efficiency has improved. Your VO2 max, the measure of how much oxygen your body can use during exercise, has increased. You're fitter, objectively, measurably fitter, and you haven't run a single step. Week 3 is where the mental health data gets remarkable. By day 17, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, is measurably lower in your bloodstream. A 2022 study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that people who walked regularly for 3 weeks reported a 26% reduction in anxiety symptoms compared to sedentary control groups. 26%. That's the kind of number pharmaceutical companies put in their ads. By day 21, BDNF production has surged to a level where neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons, is occurring in your hippocampus. That's the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Stanford researchers found that walking boosts creative thinking by 81% compared to sitting. People who walk regularly perform better on memory tests, they have sharper focus, lower rates of depression, slower cognitive decline as they age. Walking is not just exercise for your body, it is maintenance for your brain. And nobody tells you this. They show you before and after photos of abs. They don't show you the neuroscience. Week 4 is where the transformation becomes visible to other people. By day 25, if you haven't changed your diet at all, you've burned somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 calories across the month, depending on your body weight. 1 pound of fat equals approximately 3,500 calories. That means most people walking 10,000 steps daily for 30 days will lose 2 to 3 pounds of pure fat. Not water weight, not muscle, fat. Your waist circumference has likely dropped between half an inch and a full inch. Inflammation markers in your bloodstream, specifically C-reactive protein, which doctors use to measure whole body inflammation, have dropped significantly. Chronic inflammation is linked to heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, and nearly every major disease that kills Americans. Walking fights it directly. By day 30, your resting heart rate is down 2 to 4 beats per minute from where you started. Your blood pressure is lower. Your cholesterol panel looks better. Your insulin response is healthier. Your cortisol is lower. Your BDNF is higher. Your sleep is deeper. Your mood is more stable. Your joints are stronger. Your lungs are more efficient. Your fat cells are smaller. And you did all of that by walking. Not running, not lifting, not following a complicated program. Walking. Here's the part that nobody talks about, though. The biggest change at day 30 isn't physical. It's psychological. Because you proved to yourself that you can do something consistently for 30 days. That proof lives in you now. It changes the way you approach every other hard thing. And that might be the most powerful thing 10,000 steps can give you.